Building wealth can feel overwhelming, especially if you think you need thousands of dollars to get started.
But financial educator and entrepreneur Sain says financial freedom begins with small, consistent steps. He's sharing some simple ways that anybody can start investing, even on a tight budget. So he is joining us now. Great to have you here.
And I thank you guys for having me.
Of course, let's begin because people are all ears on this one. You recommend people start investing with what they have, and you say it could be as little as $10. And some people think, well, how do I invest that? So help us out here.
Yeah, we often get the question that, man, you need a lot to get started. And in actuality, you don't need to get a lot to get started. And what I would always suggest is if you can not only start with as little as $10, because now we have what's called fractional shares. We have robo-advisors, things and apps such as like Robinhood, such as Moomoo, Weeble. We have so many different apps besides Fidelity and Vanguard now that they made it accessible to the everyday investor. So you can get it started as little as $1 actually. I would say move it up higher than that. Make a plan for yourself. Start with something like $50 to $150 maybe to be a little more serious about it. But the notion that you need a lot to get started is just not what it is today.
Yeah, you also say that it's important to track your net worth. For someone who's not familiar with how to do that, how do you do it? How often should you do it? And why is it so important?
It's very important. You want to know your numbers. I was able to retire, for example, by the time I was 35 years old.
What?
I was able to do that because I knew my numbers and I was tracking. But the thing is this, you should track it at least once a year. If you track it too much, you can get deterred by the ebbs and flows of seeing your net worth go up and down. And so I always say, keep an eye on it, understand what it is, understand where it's at, but more importantly, know your number. Know what that number is for you to get off the corporate plantation. Know what that number is for you to hit your nest egg number so that you could have the financial freedom, or in my case, the location freedom to do as you please. Knowing your number and tracking your net worth is how that is done. I would say once a year to not overwhelm yourself, but at least every 6 months to kind of know if you're on pace or not.
Okay, and that is fascinating. Also because when you type my name into Google, I love what it says my net worth is, because it is so far not true.
But that's not how the common person would find their net worth, though, by Googling their name, right?
Right.
No, what you would want to do, it's a number that you should track yourself. Okay, so whether it's adding up all your assets, whether it's having a brokerage account that links to each other, that's tracking what you have in your Roth IRA, what you have in your 401k, what you have in your individual tax brokerage account, what do you have from a previous job that you might have forgot, that your house, if it's paid off. All of these things come into how you get the number of what your net worth is. And of course, it's minus your liabilities.
Gotcha. Yeah, by the way, my Google thing is not true. When choosing what to invest in, you say go for what you know. So what do you mean by that? So oftentimes we don't know where to start. And so you mentioned, like, I love Michael Jordan. Okay, well, if you like Jordan shoes, the company that owns that is Nike. Oftentimes I get 20,000 steps a day in. I wear an Apple Watch to track the steps. Good number of steps.
Why not start with what you know, products you know, like, and love that you already use. Therefore, it makes the barrier to entry to investing a lot easier. At least you can say, I use this every day, I'm gonna own this. I drink Coke, let me invest in Coke.
That makes sense.
And so these are some of the practical ways.
Where are you walking 20,000 steps?
Man, New Yorker, how you doing that?
He walks here from Michigan, that's how. And you also say another way to get money is to get it from you.
Absolutely.
What is going on with that?
Listen, we are kicking off our 100 Days of Giving, and the 100 Days of Giving supports organizations that is focused on AI with emerging technologies to improve the financial conditions for low-income Americans. And today, what I have is we give away $1 million over the course of 100 days.
Wow.
And so we have some awesome organizations right here in New York that we want to come alongside. We want to really tackle the food insecurity issue here in New York with over 1.3 million people going hungry. And we feel like if we can come alongside with some financial support to help tackle that. I know we're going to be so hype about the New York Knicks and for the first time in 53 years being in the finals and having a chance to win it all. But I look around when I leave the stock exchange and I still see how many people are still hungry. And I can't help but to be who I am at my spirit, which is a generous person, to do what I can to tackle some of these needs I see every single day.
Yeah.
Well, that's great work. Chris, great to meet you. Thanks so
Same
much
here.
for coming in and giving us some great financial advice. We appreciate it.
Thank you guys for having me.